What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have an exciting video for you guys today. Now, I know you guys have been wanting to see this car on the track, and no, that is not happening yet today, but I've told you before, if you've been subscribed and watching previous videos, that the car is not NHRA legal. The battery has been relocated to the trunk, and there's a bunch of stuff you have to do that I haven't done in order to make that NHRA legal. Instead of doing all of that stuff, I went ahead and I ordered the G7x PC680 battery kit from Extreme PSI. What it is a small battery kit that's gonna mount right down there on the subframe. A couple of you guys have told me about it, and I thought that was a really good idea. It's gonna be still hidden in the bay, but free up room in the trunk and make the car NHRA legal. Today we are headed up to Carl Talon's house. We are going to have him help install, because we're also hanging out tonight. So figured I'd go up there and we just do it in his garage and spend the time hanging out and working on the car there. We got the car all loaded up right now. I got a fan because it's freaking hot out today, and just a bunch of other stuff. So definitely using the hatch today. But now that I have loaded up the car and explained to you guys what's going on, let's hit the road. Would you look who it is? What's up, buddy? Going recirculated wastegate. Alright, so we made it to Carl's. We got the man himself. Here is what comes in the Extreme PSI kit for the PC680 battery and the G7x mount. Now this is supposed to, if I remember correctly, with these holes here, I'll get this opened up here in a second, but actually mount right to the subframe with existing holes, and then it's got all the hardware you need.
That Chase-based company that has all those nice things.
Shut up! Where was I? So I got the kit that comes with the terminal, so it's basically those mount on there, and then it has these little guys. And I don't know, we're gonna make our way through this and show you every step of the process for installing this. Carl's already, getting started taking things apart. The battery's going to mount right down in there. So we got some stuff to move around. Should be pretty straightforward. This is the G7x PC680 battery mount. This is really nice. I'm actually pretty impressed. And it matches my G7x intake manifold. That's cool. I have a whole cluster of wires down here. I know it sits down here on the subframe, and then it should bolt to probably where I have this mounted, and then it should be right here, somewhere in here. So I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way, and we'll see if we can get this mounted, and we'll go from there. All right, so we got everything out of the way. With the battery tray mounted, I just set the battery in here. I set my catch can in, and it clears probably that much, but it should be perfect. I have some things to move around here. I still am going to be running the line that goes to the battery in the back for my fuel pump, because my fuel pump is wired up back there. So that will change at some point, but I'm not gonna do that today. So I basically am dealing with this power brick. This is gonna get moved to the positive terminal. And then I moved my fuel filter, which is mounted back here on the rear motor mount. And it pretty much mounts in really nice. I'm gonna take this battery out, and then I'll show you guys how this all mounts in, and then I'm gonna keep on working. Here is the G7x bracket all mounted in. They do not supply bolts for it, so I had to supply that bolt, and that one as well. It sits right on the subframe, just off the subframe actually. It's not just sitting on it. It's pretty much perfect. It's gonna fit with everything I have, and it should hide that battery perfectly. We just got everything installed. So we've got a whole series of wires here. We still have the big fat one going to the back. It's right there. Everything's pretty much secured. My fan relay's here. I still have another ground back there, and this whole thing is good. I've already confirmed that we have power. Currently have the battery in the back switched off, so technically it's set up as just a backup battery right now. I thought the battery said that it was coming not charged, but it seems that we have power. I just don't know if it'll be enough to start the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together, and then we'll start the car and see if everything's okay. And we're back together. Got everything in. I've already started the car, and it starts perfect. Honestly, it almost started better than the old battery setup. I mean, that makes sense because now I don't have a huge wire running all the way back to the battery. So now that that is done, we are finally track legal. I can roll up to the track and we can run this thing on the strip. The last time you guys saw Carl's 1963 Mercury Meteor was the dyno video. If you haven't seen that video yet, you should check that out. I'll put that right up in the top of the screen. But you didn't get to hear it or anything, and now we're finally gonna get to go for a ride in it. I haven't even been for a ride in this car. He just spent all day cleaning it up, so we're gonna go for a ride. We're gonna go to the liquor store and get some beer because we're going to a party tonight, and we're taking the cars. We're gonna be cruising, so there'll be some fun cruising shots coming very soon as well. But I'm gonna get this car moved out of the garage, and then we're gonna get on the road. This is gonna be the oldest car that I have ever been in. I'm excited. And there's no seatbelts in this car either. I love the ceiling, just like the laid back style of like 60s cars. Ooh. I just went to put my seatbelt on right after I said that this car doesn't have seatbelts. This is gonna be something to get used to. See why you had just said that the chassis is definitely not meant for more horsepower.
Yeah, it could definitely use some sway bars.
Sway bars, seat belts, you know, things to make it hold a little bit better. It rides like a boat, but like it's comfortable. It's just, it's so weird that I'm just like sitting here. I'm so like planted in the 1G, like the seats are really small and stuff, and it's just, I'm used to that. This is sweet though.
It's really nice at about 60, just cruising in overdrive.
That's what these cars are meant for. They weren't really ever meant to go above 60 miles an hour.
No.
Oh, it's the cops. I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Oh no. The smell of old cars is one thing that I wish you could duplicate for videos, because between the exhaust and just the way the car smells, it's pretty wild. Just a quick little stop for some fuel. And we got Brandon here too. He's the guy I work with. He's also riding with us out at the party, so. Making awful sounds. The transmission is definitely not happy. It's broken. It's done. I'm gonna have to find a trailer and tow this thing home.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.